Welcome to Granny's Sewing Room.
Now with,
Welcome to Granny's Sewing Room.
Hi everyone, welcome to Friday Sews. My name is Sherry and this is Granny's Sewing Room. And I hope you enjoyed my little intro. I had a family member come down this Saturday for sewing play date, which was so fun. She made her very first top for her granddaughter, which would be my great-granddaughter. And I will show you a couple pictures of my granddaughter giving her grandma a thumbs up on the top that she liked and a thumbs up on the cookies that Granny sent home. So I'll post them right here. So we are going to start having play dates, and I'm excited about that. Every Saturday, except for the Saturdays, we have our girls' luncheons. She's going to come down, and she has agreed to do the Dress a Girl Around the World with me. So we will be recording that, and more of that information will be coming up here in the future. So that's going to be fun. And so we will be doing that together, and I think that will be so much fun sewing together. Finally getting maybe a sewing buddy, because it's so much more fun to have somebody here talking and sewing. And once she learns the basics, you know, she can be left on her own, and I could be doing a project and she could be doing a project. So I think that's fun. So that's something I did this week. The next thing I did this week is I had an order to do a Clydebank Tote from So Sweetness. I made my girlfriend one about a year ago and sent it to her in the mail. And now she has a friend that she liked it and she wanted one made. So they ordered one, and she wanted either horses or birds, cardinals. And this was the fabric that I found at Hobby Lobby. And it had cardinals in it. And I tried to get, let me see, at the bottom. I tried to get as many cardinals in that as possible. And then she had the green accent on each side, and we did the gray lining with green zippers. 2 zips are inside it. This is the size small, but it's a nice size tote for a size small. Let me tell you how big it is. I don't have the pattern here. So it is about a, I'm going to say a 12 wide, 4.5 deep. And if you count the handles, it's 19, but without the handles, it's about a 9 tall, 9.5 tall. I did not use my industrial machine. I used, because this is all fabric with foam. I bought some foam from Walmart, and it isn't bad. It's not my favorite, but I wanted to give it a try. It was least expensive, so. But I used my brother machine on that, just my little workhorse brother on this bag, not my industrial. So I got that done, and I got to get it in the mail to them. That's all the sewing I got done. But what I did do, I'm trying to get into the venture of bag making or bag creating my own patterns. So I did cut out the pattern for the Sew Purple Challenge with Michelle Sews Again, and I'm going to sew my own bag. And it is a different bag that I made from last week. So I'm going to reveal that one to you. Keep your fingers crossed that it's all right. Because all I do is think about it, print it, write it on paper and draw out the thing, and then I cut it. And I only have vinyl to cut with. So if I mess up, I don't want to mess up my vinyl, but it might happen. But you're going to see the bag with all the mistakes, or however it turns out. That's going to be my bag for Sew Purple. Then I came up with another idea, and I'm kind of doing this with paper. Let me show you a quick. And it's going to have a flap. So I laid in bed and I drew a picture, and this is what I did with that with paper. Just take paper together, and I'm trying it out and seeing if I like it. But that's how I did my chicken coop. When I built my chicken coop, I just laid there and I drawed everything like I wanted on it. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put it right here of me building my chicken coop. And I started out with the drawing, and then I had to think about how am I going to put that together as that drawing. Just kind of like quilting, you know, you can draw a picture and then how am I going to put that, make that into a quilt. And that was my thinking in my chicken coop and in my bag making. And so we're going to see how I do. I told Chris from Sew Notes, this is August 2022. Let's see where I get in August 2023 if I have anything available to sell. My hardest part of this is going to learn how to do Adobe Illustrator because I have to figure out how to draw this in Adobe Illustrator. I guess you can scan in your drawing and then you have to draw it in Adobe Illustrator and make it to size, and it'll turn it into a PDF. And when it prints it out, it'll cut up the papers in the 8x11 sheets. So they tape them together to make the pattern. So that's where I am. I wish I could hire someone to do that part because that part I don't really care for. I just want to be this part and sew it up and say, hey, it worked, you know, and I want to do that part. I don't want to do the part where I've got to try to write the instructions and the video, and I don't mind because, you know, with practice anything gets better. So the video in it wouldn't be bad. But anyway, so I got 3 bags I created in my mind, and I'm going to try to sew them up and see how they turn out. And then I'm going to try to work on that Adobe Illustrator. If you all have any ideas or any videos or anything that could help me learn how to use the Adobe to get my patterns into a PDF form drawn out on the Adobe, please leave it in the comments below. My niece said she had time this week, but I don't know that that's the part that's going to help me, is just to get it into PDF. I don't know, but I'm going to get my bags made and created and have something visual I can see, and then I'm going to take the next step and start doing the Adobe. And that's about all I did this week. I did get a little order in from wall whack, however you want to say it. My industrial, I have a Juki 1181. That's what it is. A Juki 1181N. I think it's a DU 1181N. That's what I have. It's a walking foot one, and I really love it. It is fun to sew on, but it can be a headache playing with that tension all the time. And when I go to top stitch, and I love a top stitch, it wants to give me problems. So I got on some of the bag making groups, and they suggested thread from wall whack. So I'm going to give this thread a try. I got me some white, black, and tan. Those are the main colors you use. Then I got me some nylon, and this is a Surafel, and I got me some red and purple. You know, a purple's for my bag next month. And then I also got me some cool clips. I thought these would be good for my binding when I start a quilt. And I've got me another box of just plain clips to have around all my sewing machines. They come in these cute boxes, but all the boxes are dented. And it makes it hard to open and close them. Maybe I can push them out. Well, yeah, but it still looks wrinkly. So I don't think the boxes should come all like that. I'm really depressed about that. Then I got me some different needles for my machine to see if that will help my top stitching. Oh, I bought me some double-sided tape for bag making. I bought me the 1/2 inch this time. So when you're doing strips, you can put it right down the middle. I got me some feet purse. Or wait a minute. Purse feet. I say things backwards. So I got me some purse feet. And I got some different ones because I don't like the ones that really make it stand up. I just want it to be able to sit down and kind of protect the bottom some. And I got gold, silver, and rose. Oh, and antique. I bought me some zipper ends to close up the end of the zipper so when it hangs off your bag, it goes, instead of this type of zipper closure, these go on there instead. But that was my little way whack haul. I did order me some tags to put on there that says homemade or handmade or something like that. I did get that done. And now the next bag, or what I'm doing next week, is I am going to be cutting out and sewing my Dakota bag that I have a collab with Made by Pam. I'll put her channel link in the description below. And guys, let me know, the links I put in, do they work? I don't know. When I put them in, they don't turn blue. So I'm wondering, do they work? I don't know. I guess I could go back after I do my videos and check out my videos. I never pull my videos back up. So half the time I don't know if I've told you something or not. But my battery's going to go dead, and I will pick this back up once I get it charged. I have to go can me some tomatoes. My garden has given me enough tomatoes so I can have in my cupboard for a year for spaghetti and chili and whatever we use it for. But we only need about 6 to 8 jars of tomatoes, and that gets us through the year. So I'm going to get that done when I get off here. And then I'm going to start cutting out my Dakota bag. And that bag is going to be a collab with Pam from Made by Pam. So go check her channel out. I will put it in the description or the comments below her channel. So go check her channel out. And so I'm going to get that cut out and start working on that. I thought I'd kind of let you come along on the ride for that one and just kind of talk and sew. And you guys seem to like when I'm sewing. I find it boring, but you guys like it. So, and I'll speed up where it's just sewing in. But I thought I'd video record me. I've already made the Dakota bag once, and I did do a video. And I'll post that video right here. So if you want to go look at my very first, I think it might be one of my very first bags that I did with my industrial machine, either the first or the second. I know the Harlan was one of my first bags, and I enjoy making that bag. But I will take you along for that ride. My plans for next week is just doing that bag. That's about it. I have a hard time making plans and sticking with them. So I'm really going to get me a calendar and write things down and say, this is what I'm going to stick to. I think I've said that before. But my weight loss journey, let's change the subject. My weight, I have lost 5 pounds, and I can feel it. The way I'm eating is, I can feel the difference in my, the grabbing the fat here, and I want to lose it around here. They say if you're thick around the waistline, there's going to be a lot of medical problems. So that's my reasoning. At 66, I'm going to try to push off medical problems down the road. So I don't want to kick the can down the road and not do anything. I want to try to be proactive and try to do something. Maybe lose a little here, and that might help. But I did lose 5 pounds, and I know I lost maybe a ½ inch or something. I know it must be working, because when I walked in the kitchen this morning, my husband said, your legs look too skinny. Stop starving yourself. I don't know what you're losing weight for. Because, just because, I said, I just ignore them. And I eat. Last night, I had a grilled hamburger, no bread. I put fried onions and mushrooms on it. I had a ½ cup of sweet potatoes and ½ cup of grilled corn on the cob and some watermelon. So I am eating. I just wait until I start eating the next day at a certain time. And in 4 hours, I stop eating. Then I wait till the next day and I eat. Yesterday, I ate 2 meals. I ate probably around 1:30, and then around 5:30. Let me see, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:35. Probably around 5:30. But then I'm done eating. And I am not snacking. I am not putting any sugar that I'm aware of, except for fruit, in my mouth. I changed my coffee creamer. I don't drink as much coffee because it's just not the taste I'm desiring, but it's working. It's okay. I've done it for a week and it's not that bad. It's given me what I want, and I probably need to get off that much coffee anyway. So 2 cups of coffee a day. I'm drinking a cup of green tea with a tablespoon of honey, raw honey, in it, and water. So, and I'm doing pretty good. I don't feel hungry. About 1 o'clock, I'll want to eat, and I'll sit down and I'll eat me some either fried cabbage, a fried egg with a bacon. I'm trying to load up on the veggies more than anything, but I am not starving myself like he thinks. I am just eating right, eating probably healthy like they did back in the day when I was a kid. So anyway, what else is new? That's about all the live front. Next week I'm going to be working on my Dakota bag. This week I got a bag done. I had a family member come down and sew, and we're going to have play dates every Saturday. So that's exciting and fun, and I will be recording some of that. I listened to a sermon this week, and I always try to see what's I'm going to take away from it. And there is a church I used to go to here, and so I pulled it back up to see. And we all switched. Pastor's gone and everything, so it all kind of went south. And but anyway, I pulled this church back up that I used to go to see the pastors and listen to a sermon and see if it's from the Bible. And he read right from the Bible, and he's doing a teaching I am right in the Bible, and I enjoyed that. But one thing, he was in the book of John, and one thing I really took away from it. And I really liked what he had to say. The devil comes in his native tongue. And you wonder what a native tongue is, I thought. And he started saying, you wonder what a native tongue is? Well, blah, 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 blah. It's people that talk in other languages. And we shouldn't understand it as Christians because we're in our natural tongue, our native tongue. I never do justice of this. Now you know why I have a hard time on my Worship Wednesdays. But anyway, the devil comes in his native tongue. And his native tongue is lies. And whatever comes out of his mouth would be a lie, because that is his native tongue, a liar. And so when we start hearing these little voices that say, you can't do that, you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're not wise enough, you're ugly, you're dumb. When we start hearing that native tongue talking to us, we have to tell our mind, that is the devil coming and talking to us. And turn away and listen to what God says. We are more than conquerors. We can do all things through Christ. If God be for us, who could be against us? But we need to start listening to God talking to us and know that tongue that's coming at us is from the devil, and he is talking in his native tongue, which is a lie. And I thought that was good. And he also talked about the ladder, being on a ladder. If we're way down here and we haven't even begun, just take little steps. I am more than a conqueror through Christ, and you got on that step. But just start taking little steps of encouraging yourself, bringing yourself up, rewarding yourself when you do great accomplishments. 5 pounds, I think that's a great accomplishment. 2 pounds would have been a great accomplishment. It's the part of knowing you tried. Because if we never try something, we never know if we're going to fail. I would rather try and fail than never try at all. So there's my soapbox. So sorry. This isn't Worship Wednesday, and I know I need to get started on it, but that devil is in my ear telling me, you aren't good enough. You have nothing to say. You are, but get behind me, Satan, because I am walking with the Lord, and if it happens, it happens. I am not going to stress myself out, because when I stress myself out, I get sick. My fibromyalgia kicks in real bad, and I have flare-ups. So I eliminate anything that causes stress, anything that's causing my emotion to not feel good, and I eliminate it. Whether it's people, whether it's the situation around me, I eliminate the stress in my life. God has helped me in that area. So I am going to eliminate people, places, whatever it needs to be, situations that isn't bringing glory to God in me. If God is feeling depressed or my emotions, because I just can't do it. I can't do it. So if I've eliminated you from my life, it is not because I don't love you. It's not because I don't care for you. It's just not a right fit for me. And that's, I guess, is the best way to say it. So anyway, I will get off my soapbox. And this is not why you came to Friday Sews, is it? I'm sorry. But on a happy note, has anyone told you you're special today? If not, let me be the first, because you are in God's eyes and in mine. So thank you all for putting up with my little soapbox and listening to me. And you guys go out and have a wonderful weekend. Go do something creative. But remember, whatever you do, do it in the name of the Lord, and your blessings will always come back to you. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.